All right, welcome back to Pokemon Corn version Gen 3.
Yay!
Great gen we're talking about today.
It's pretty good. I'm a big fan.
It's pretty damn great.
It's okay. It ain't no Gen 9.
Okay, I have to elaborate real quick. We talked about Gen 2 last week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't say this, but I have to say this. I have to say this because I didn't say this last week. Gen 2 has some great Pokemon, okay? But I didn't say it, so I gotta say it now. Overall, Gen 2's Pokemon suck ass. As a whole.
I mean, they're not Gen 7 levels of bad, but...
I'll agree with you there.
In terms of competitive play.
They're really bad because, okay, there's a lot of baby Pokemon. Okay, you got your pseudos like Tyranitar, you got Skarmory. Mm-hmm. But then think of how many Gen 2 Pokemon are actually good. There's not very many.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ursaring's not that great, Donphan's
and they also don't get great till later. Like some of them.
Oh, Scizor, yeah, it took another 2 generations to become anything useful. Heracross is great in Gen 3.
Like, I remember also playing Gen 2. When I played Gen 2, I'd also use a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon.
I used Feraligatr or Typhlosion, and that was my team.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying the starters are bad, because the starters aren't great in Gen 2, but, like...
Anyway.
Yeah.
I just had to get that out.
Alright, well, I don't know. I just have a huge amount of nostalgia for Gen 2, so it's like...
I'm not saying the generation's bad, I'm talking about the Pokemon overall.
Okay, Mr. Competitive.
But yeah, so anyway, we're gonna move on to the gems.
Sure. Sure.
Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, they're all gems.
Yeah, sure.
Literally named after gems. Now, whether or not Ruby and Sapphire are actual gems as far as Pokemon games go is up for debate. Emerald is not.
Yeah, you're right. Emerald's like the worst one.
Emerald's like the best.
Emerald is definitive Gen 3.
It's literally probably the best game ever made.
It's better than Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Yeah, I'll admit it.
And I personally think that Fire Red and Leaf Green are weak remakes.
They're better than Let's Go.
Yeah, but that's kind of mean to put up against, because Let's Go was trying to be something different.
It's still a core series.
The remakes of
game,
Yellow.
Apparently.
Yes.
That's what the creator said.
Sort of.
Somebody on the development team's like, that's a core game. Anyway.
Ridiculous. Anyway, but yeah, so we're gonna get into the generation with 2 pseudo legendaries. Don't know why they did that.
Because they had so many ideas.
So many. I don't even think there's 100 new Pokemon.
2? I think
there's
there's
more.
3.
There's more than 100.
Oh, they added more than in...
Yeah, Gen 2 was the smallest until Gen 6 came around.
I doubt there was more than 100 in Gen 4 Pokemon.
No, there's... So Gen 3 ends at 386.
Okay.
Gen 4 ends at 493.
Oh, damn. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like to continue showing off my knowledge of the Pokedex, but I don't remember where Gen 5 ends.
Oh, well, it's 150.
Gen 5 is
plus
the biggest.
Bullshit. Yeah, Gen 5 was the biggest. It also had the biggest regional dex in Black and White too. But anyway, we're getting way off track. Gen 3 didn't... Gen 3 was a graphical upgrade and what some people consider to be the beginning of the downfall of Pokemon designs. I personally completely disagree.
No.
I think there are some very, very, very excellent designs in there, and very few are weak, which is surprising to actually say. But yeah, so we'll get into the gen itself later. We're going to start with our list. So number 1 for me, which I'm sure will be on other people's lists, I have Metagross. What's not to love about a mechanical supercomputer spider thing that's basically just Magneton done better? Yeah, go figure. I like the other magnet Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't know what people expected of me, but
you just like it because it can like build a Gundam out of itself.
Dude, it's
and its pre-evolutions.
It's a really cool. It's a metal. It's a mech. Like let's not mince words. It's a fucking living mecha, and like more Western mecha than Japanese mecha, of course. It's just a chunky looking Pokemon, and it lives up to the way it looks. And plus, Psychic is a really cool type to have alongside Steel, and of course, it's a fucking Steel type. So no fucking wonder. No wonder I love it. So
Doesn't it have a signature move too? I've never seen anything else use Meteor Mash.
Clefable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's weird considering it eventually became weak to it.
Yeah, pretty awkward.
Well, you know.
But either way, yeah. So that's me and Metagross. So also Steven Stone. Fuck that guy.
Okay, so it's interesting that you started off with a pseudo legendary because I got the other pseudo legendary, C-Dot. Yeah, it's just an acorn, and I think it's adorable.
Fair enough. We're gonna talk about Shift Tree and how it's like.
No, the game developers hated Shiftry.
Well, it's actually apparently not terrible.
Unless you're playing Gen 3, where it's terrible.
No, apparently in Gen 3 it was not terrible.
It learns like nothing.
I know it doesn't, but somehow...
Like it gets Bullet Seed, and that's its grass move.
Bullet Seed.
I think there was other grass moves it could get, but you'd have to breed it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no, I would not have done that as a child.
I wouldn't. I just like looking at the acorn and being like, ah, acorn.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was a Ruby player, so of course that was like my first Pokemon I got.
I would have put the other one on here, but too many good Pokemon.
If you say so.
For Gen 3, yeah. I love a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon.
Well, we're different in that sense.
Do you hate Gen 3?
I don't really like Gen 3 all that much. It's kind of got some Pokemon that strike me as not looking like Pokemon, and I don't like them.
See, it wasn't until later when I got that vibe.
They got too smooth. That's what I think. Like, Gen 1 and 2 look chunky in their official artwork, and then, like, Gen 3 is like, oh, everything's smooth now.
Smooth, sleek. I can see that, but then I have to point at Electrode.
Yes, well, he was the outlier.
Uh-huh. The outlier that you love.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, my number one. Well, not my number one ranking, but obviously my first one. Milotic.
Ew.
I always forget
Okay,
Milotic.
I'm only choosing Milotic because I do like the design, even though it is extremely freaking hard to get. In Gen 3, it is. You had to max out its beauty, I'm pretty sure. And not only that, Feebas is hard to get.
I was going to say, don't even talk about fucking Feebas, where it's like the time of day determines...
Time of day and the tiles you had to fish on.
Yeah, there were only like 4 of them.
I was going to say, it's like a few specific tiles you could fish in. It's just
4 on like a certain route.
And it's not even 100% on those tiles.
It's like...
It's awful.
50, I think.
It's awful.
I waited until the Poke Walker to get Phoebus's. And then I'm just like... Who wants to global trade? I got a bunch of Phoebuses.
Imagine shiny hunting that.
No. I would just breed that.
Yeah, you catch one, and then you breed... You Masuda method and breed the shit out of it.
It's funny because I do have 2 shiny Melodics.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do like the design of Milotic. I do like its abilities. I like its design. Obviously, I like it shiny. Solid water type. I think it's one of the best water types in Gen 3.
It's just Gyarados, but special.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the nice Gyarados.
And the guy has cute charm for an ability. It's cute.
No, it's not. It's not acorn levels of cute.
Well, I mean,
Your first Pokemon was a freaking seed.
It's an acorn, thank you.
It has seed in its name.
Yes, but it's an acorn.
It's not Acorn Dot.
that wouldn't have gone through.
Okay, that's my number 1.
All right. My number 2 is my number 1 in this generation, I think. I'd have to do some real soul searching to double check, but it's Gardevoir. I love the whole Ralts line. They are excellent. Gardevoir is just this elegant psychic type that's actually really powerful. It's got an incredible move pool. It is frail as shit. But I don't know, there's just something about, like, it's just everything about it just screams elegance, and it's also extremely powerful. There's just something in that combination that I really enjoy as far as Gardevoir goes. And no, I'm not one of those people who wants to fuck Gardevoir.
Damn it, you beat me to it. I was gonna say full of exotic Twitter fan art.
I am not among the people who wants to do anything other than catch, train, and enjoy the platonic company of my Pokemon.
I mean, you say that.
I say that personally.
And then you stick it in your Pokewalker.
No.
And you shake it around a little bit.
No, I never use my Pokewalker, actually. But yeah, so Gardevoir, it's just... I don't know, there was that mixture of, like, it was hard to find. Like, finding a Ralts was a pain in the ass. Even though Wally just finds one right away, and it's like, you bastard.
And it could have a chance of being shiny.
But that doesn't mean it would stay shiny. I think the Zigzagoon can also be shiny.
Mm-hmm.
And the Zigzagoon can knock out the Ralts.
Huh.
Which is hilarious. And it just ends with like, we got it! And it's like, sure you did, kid. Freaking loser. But I actually really like Wally as a character. From what little I get from him, I really like his story. I just wish there was more to it. But yeah, I think Wally's great. I think Gardevoir is awesome. And that's what I got.
Okay. So again, me being the Ruby player, I put Mawile on my list.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know, there's just something kind of bizarre about it, and it's just unique enough that's like, yeah, no, that's what's one of the first Pokemon I think of when I think of Gen 3.
Has a giant mouth on the back of its head.
Yep.
Yeah. It's also very powerful.
No, it's not.
Okay, its Mega Evolve's very powerful.
Oh, it's Mega Evolution.
Like it's two
is
mouths, I'm pretty sure.
busted.
Yeah, no, it's up there in strength in terms of power.
Yeah, it gets fucking, I think it gets either pure or huge power.
Yeah, it's great.
It's fucking stupid. It's great. I love it. Also becomes a fairy.
It does?
Yeah.
There's a fairy type?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Steel Fairy now.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. Not even specifically its Mega Evolution, its original form also.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's good. I like it. I appreciate it. I appreciate its Mega form. I never really cared for it. I always ran from them.
Well, yeah, they're
So
scary.
Well, no, not even. I was just like, why do I want this?
Because it's scary and weird.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I'm very simplistic in my views.
It's fine.
Oh, wow. My number 2 is Slacking.
I'm like one of those guys.
Skill swap Hyper Beam. What's better than that?
Anything that's not slacking.
Why would you skill swap and then use Hyper Beam? Like, Hyper Beam would make sense when you have Truant and you're going to lose that turn anyway.
You might get a better ability out of it.
Yeah, but then why use Hyper Beam?
I don't know. Skill swap Slacking is what I meant. I don't know. 'Cause Hyper Beam is still physical in Gen 3.
It is, and it is feasible to run Hyper Beam on Slacking. It's like a pseudo explosion.
And I'm pretty sure Slacking's base stats is like 670.
Oh,
Yeah, they're incredibly
they're
high
legendary.
and incredibly gross.
It's legendary. It's
It's
just
fast. Surprisingly. I think it's like 100.
it's base 100. Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
It's ridiculous.
I mean it's no Metacham, but you know.
Okay, the reason I have Slacking on here though is I remember like its attack animation from like XD and Coliseum. It would just yawn and just like attack. Like I remember I would have it like it would have Earthquake. It would just yawn and shake the entire battle screen. I just remember that being hilarious. It was literally its battle animation. It would just yawn and attack you.
I do remember it.
I just thought that was hilarious.
It does like the Gorilla Slam.
It would just
Great. It's basically the Snorlax of Gen 3.
except better if you know how to use it.
Yes, but also no.
He was an Uber at one time.
No,
He was.
no, it never got banned.
Not like banned, but I meant he was in like competitive play.
Oh, I don't know about that. If he was actually used in Ubers.
I don't think
He was never banned, but he was like.
I don't feel like it was in Ubers at any time. I feel like it was probably in OU a lot, but
Well, I mean, if it got played in Ubers, there's plenty of OUs that get played in Ubers.
well.
So, because
I wouldn't assume it'd be in Ubers until like like if it's unless it's like a doubles. Because, like, setting up for slacking in singles seems like a really big risk.
Well,
Like, as soon as... well, how would you do that anyway? Like,
well, you don't necessarily have to set up for it. What you do is you throw a choice band on it because it's going to switch out anyway. And whatever comes out first, even if it switches in, you smack it. So,
I was thinking the skill swap angle.
Yeah,
Skill swap was something really good, like Moxie.
Yeah, but you couldn't do that in Gen 3.
I know, but like I mean, if it got like brought back, that's something you could pull off and it'd be nasty.
Yeah, because like the only thing I can think of that you wouldn't use like skill swap on it would be like in Gen 5 with was it Mummy?
I hate Mummy so much.
You would give the opponent that, and then you would try to take that back for your slacking.
I don't need. Okay,
so now your slacking has gotten rid of Truant, but I mean it's got Mummy, but it's still attacking 2 turns now.
This is my little knowledge on Gen 5. What's that Coffin's Pokemon name?
Coffagrigus.
It has Mummy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just, but you have to make contact with it and it gives it to you.
The problem is that slacking has to make contact with it. I don't know what in its move pool can actually touch a ghost.
It's normal type, so it can probably learn something.
I mean, if it learns Shadow Claw,
Crunch.
I don't know if it learns Crunch.
It
learns Feint Attack.
Yeah, there you go.
Feint Attack's special though.
Doesn't
Not
matter
in Gen
though.
5.
Yeah.
It's physical.
It'd have to make contact, so it'd have to be physical.
No, Feint Attack in Gen 5 should be...
It's physical.
Oh, yeah,
Is it
okay.
physical?
Yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
you're right. I was thinking you said it was
Every
special.
dark move introduced until Gen 4 became a physical move. That's
I
how
never run
stupid
Feint
that
Attack,
is.
so I don't know.
I
Yeah, and there's only like 3 dark moves that are special now. But anyway, going back to Gen 3.
yes.
That's my number 2.
All right. My number 3, I guess, is a recent addition, is Shedinja. Ha, who'd have fucking thunk I'd put Shedinja on this list.
I wouldn't have.
The Shedinja run was so much fun that it is almost entirely the reason I put it on here. Like, Shedinja always fascinated me, but then getting to actually use it for an entire playthrough, it's really fun. Like, the amount of time...
You have a weird definition of fun.
Like, well, you gotta realize, like, when every fight pretty much is either a complete cakewalk or I actually have to strategize because I die in one hit, no matter what. Like, that's... No matter how high leveled I made Shedinja, there was always a point where I could just lose.
I mean, you can only get clapped by Airlace so many times.
Dude. I am eventually going to beat Steven. It's just... Like Bladian breaking through Snorlax was one thing, but Shedinja has to break through Skarmory, Cradily, Armaldo, and I think even Metagross has a move to hit me. That can hit me super effectively. Like, I have to use Swagger and get stupid lucky. But regardless, Shedinja's just really fascinating as a mechanic. 1 HP, only gets hit by super effective attacks, worst combination of 2 types in terms of getting weaknesses.
Probably one of the best users of Endure.
Yes. And Focus Sash, which God knows I wish I had.
If only you could just skill swap Sturdy onto it.
You can't skill swap off Wonder Guard, though.
I mean, if it's Gen 5 Sturdy.
Could you, if it was Gen 5 or later, could you get Mummy onto it and then skill swap Mummy off for Sturdy?
Dude, I don't know that you would want to do that.
No, you would want to do that, because then you paralyze it so it can't get poisoned or burned.
Oh my god.
And then you put the weather goggles on so it doesn't take damage from hail or sandstorm.
I don't know, man.
That's a lot to think about, man.
Like,
Just saying, it's possible.
I don't know.
It's possible to make an unkillable Pokemon, provided Mummy gets onto it.
That just sounds too ridiculous. But regardless, Shedinja's just one of those bugs that just utterly fascinates me and is somehow what seems like would be completely busted somehow turns out to be absolutely terrible, but I love it. So that's Shedinja.
Alright, so my next one is Wailord. Because just like Steelix, it's because he's stupidly huge. Like, you don't realize how huge he is until you go to the Pokedex. And you're like, show me the size compared to me. And then you're just like, this tiny pixel.
Yep.
And it's just, I see.
It's actually the size of a blue whale and weighs like a thousandth of one.
Yeah, it's very light.
It would float in air.
I mean, it is the float whale.
Yeah, it floats. It's basically full of helium.
Not to mention, it's very important. The Reggies.
Right, yes. It is very important alongside Relicanth.
Yeah, you know, that one Pokemon.
And the escape rope.
Anyway, that's it.
So I'm pretty sure I showed you guys its following animation in Sword and Shield.
Yep.
And it's actually bigger than that.
Well, yeah.
Because there's one out in the bay and it's way bigger.
It's so good.
I mean, just like in Gen 4, it's definitely bigger. In Heart Gold Soul Silver, it's supposed to be bigger.
Yeah, well, Wailord crashing into you is probably one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen.
Hey, man, Skitty on Wailord action happens, so it's all good. It's all good.
Fucking why? I don't even. Like, no matter which way that goes, it's weird. No matter which one's male or which one's female, I don't want to think about it.
No, it's fine.
It's really not.
They're in the same egg group.
Cats and whales, both mammals. Anyway.
Alright, so my third Pokemon is Dusclops. I just like that it's pretty much a Cyclops. And it's one of the best users of the Eviolite.
In Gen 5?
Essentially, yeah. And it's mostly because of the fact that I just hate Dusknoir. Dusknoir fucking sucks.
I like Dusknoir.
I don't.
I mean, honestly. To be fair, most of the Gen 4 evolutions are bad in design, but...
I make Mortar.
Especially Magmortar.
I like Magmortar.
Especially Magmortar.
He has a cannon.
I hate
He has an
Yeah.
arm cannon.
Yeah, so does Rhyperior.
And somehow a dumber face than Magmar.
I hate Rhyperior, though. I don't know why I used it in our battle.
God, Rhyperior does look
I was like, shit, I need a team. What's my sixth Pokemon going to be? And I was like, okay, Rhyperior, here you go. Threw a weakness policy on it. And it just got wet and died.
Yeah.
Anything else about Dusclops?
I just like its design. Usually used it in Gen 3.
Pretty good.
I prefer Duskull.
It's a wall.
I prefer Duskull anyway.
Oh, Duskull's great.
I do like Duskull. Just how its eye is always moving from side to side. It has one eye just moving from side to side.
It got a little too chuffy for me when it started to evolve. So
it did get kind of chunky, and then it starts floating. So it's like, all right.
Excuse me.
Fourth on my list is Flygon. I mean, okay. We're seeing a pattern of green and red. I'm beginning to realize.
Oh, you love Christmas. I got it.
Yeah.
Tis the season.
I love Christmas when it's December. Anyway, no, Flygon just... I don't know. There's just something excellent about his design. That it's got weird, like, animal feature, like, or not animal features, like mammal features for being a dragonfly. Like Vibrava looks like a bug, and Trapinch, like, that is the weirdest cartoonification of what Sandline actually is. Sandline larvae are terrifying. But yeah, no, Flygon just with, like, it's got the goggles on. It's a levitating ground type. It's also dragon type, which is really cool.
I wish it was a bug type instead of a ground type.
I don't.
I think it makes more sense.
It does and it doesn't. It's actually playing after their antlions are referred to as sand dragons. So that's where the dragon typing comes from. I like that Flygon is decent stats. I've used one once in a casual playthrough. It's a pain in the ass to get.
Is it?
Because
Trapinch ain't that hard to find.
Yeah, but you have to get to level 35 when it's
Oh
slow
yeah,
as
because
shit.
you need the sand protection goggles.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is that you have to get to level 35 to evolve into Vibrava,
Oh.
at which point it gets weaker. I mean, it gets better every other stat, but it gets weaker attack, only to get back up to its 100 attack as Flygon at level 45.
Wait, Trapinch has better attack than Vibrava?
Yeah,
Why?
because that's what a freaking antlion larva is. It is a beast. It just sits in a hole and eats shit. It's fucking great.
Didn't know that. I've never really had a... I mean, I have a Flygon, but I don't really run it as a main.
I really like Flygon, and I love the whole line, because when I learned about Trapinch, I'm like, why is this thing freakishly strong? And then I learned. So yeah, that's me and Flygon. Love it.
All right, so my next Pokemon is a Pokemon we haven't talked about yet, Flygon. Oh, this was one of the few Pokemon cards I had as a kid, and I just really liked its design. That was basically it.
It's a good design.
I don't know if I don't remember using one too frequently, but it does have a really good design. It's got a nice shade of green.
It does. To complement that red.
Turns blue when it shines.
I am a huge fan of a shiny as well.
I do have one.
I do not.
Alright, that's all I got.
Fair enough.
Is your fourth Pokemon also Flygon?
Please!
If only it was!
I mean, we had Tyranitar, not quite across the board, but...
This one might be my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. It's debatable, because I love a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon, but Absol is my number 4. Mostly because of its involvement in the Mystery Dungeon games. The original Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team. But I think it's probably, in terms of Gen 3 design, I think it's S tier, like the best.
I mean, it does look like a legendary.
Kinda.
I threw a Master Ball at it the first time I saw it.
When you just
What
found
is
out
it
about...
with you and fucking hucking your Master Ball
Did it at Skarmory.
and shit that's not legendary?
To be fair, both Skarmory and Absol look like they would be legendary.
But you don't find them in unique locations.
They are very top tier in designs.
I mean, they're good designs, but they're both like...
I'm also a dumb kid.
Alright, fine. It's just weird to hear the same story twice.
Don't worry, wait till Gen 4. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Jesus.
But yeah, I don't think it got better until later, though. I mean, it was good in Gen 3. It got some stab slash. That's what I used.
Stab slash?
Oh, wait, it's Dark type. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's one of my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. I don't even know its type.
It'll happen.
Yeah. I like its design mostly.
It's pretty good.
It's got a cool red and white shiny.
That I did not know.
I got it in a Premier Ball, so it matches.
I need to look this up so I
You
can
and
have an
your-
opinion.
You and your shinies.
Well, it's what I do. Fight me for it.
So
Every now and then I play a ranked match.
it's weird looking in 3D, but okay.
If you say so.
It looked orange, but regardless. So number five on my list, not fifth in terms of favorites. It's probably my second favorite Gen 3 Pokemon, Sharpedo. I love sharks. I've been waiting for a shark Pokemon forever, to the point where I jumped through horrible hoops to catch myself a Mantine when I was a kid, because it was the closest thing to a fucking shark.
What is Mantine?
It's a
Manta Ray.
it's a ray.
Yeah, a Manta Ray.
Oh yeah, I thought it was like a Stingray.
It's also man time. The time for men.
It's probably not a Stingray because it's not poison type.
It also has torpedoes, which are fish.
Which regenerates.
Yes, it's great.
It's weird, but Sharpedo is just it's a shark. It's half a shark. I love it to death. I will catch one in every game that I can possibly have one. Plus, its hidden ability becomes Speed Boost, which I think is incredible. So,
Yeah. I used a
one of
speed
the
boost
best.
one once.
Speed Boost Blaziken.
Speed Boost Blaziken's cool. So cool it's busted.
Mm-hmm.
Speed Boost Sharpedo is pretty cool. Not cool enough to be busted because Sharpedo is the glassest of glass cannons.
Can we talk about Mega Sharpedo though?
I don't remember what it looks like.
It's Sharpedo but bigger.
Yeah, it's Sharpedo but more sharp.
Isn't Camera Up the same way? Doesn't it just grow like a volcano on its back?
Pretty much.
A bigger volcano.
Yeah, it just becomes a bigger volcano. Sally the camel got one hump. Which, speaking of which, I actually used a fucking Numel and named it Sally. I also did that in XD when I got a Numel. And then promptly trashed it when I realized it wasn't helping. But anyway, Sharpedo is the better of the two of Camera Up and Sharpedo. So, Team Aqua. Fuck the IGN review. Flood the Hoenn region.
Too much water.
No, not enough. Can always be more.
Yeah, that's right. We need less Hoenn.
Need more rain dance.
More water, please. More Pacific Log Town.
Yes.
It's like they just saw that part of the game and that was it.
There is a lot of water.
They played the only optional part of the game.
Fucking the rapids are ridiculous, but anyway.
So my next one is the actual other pseudo legendary Salamence. I really like Salamence. I think it's got like the best dragon design of the first 3 generations. Because you know me, I don't like Dragonite. I think Dragonite looks like an idiot.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I mean it's that or or Kingdra.
Kingdra's pretty good.
I like Kingdra.
Almost made my list.
But that's a sea dragon.
Yeah, but still. Salamence just looks really cool, and then at one of the evolves, it just becomes like a croissant. It just tucks its legs in like, I'm coming to get you.
I have become Crescent. I have become Boomerang. I return. It literally attacks like a boomerang. Have
Yeah,
you
I
seen
know.
it?
I'm
It's
aware.
Fucking stupid.
I used it to kill Deoxys in the extra episode.
You didn't even use Rayquaza? Or does Rayquaza not join you before?
No, I was trying to weaken Deoxys a little bit. I'm like, you know what, Salamence, you're probably good to use, and then it killed it. Because
Nice.
I'm like, Slash, that won't kill it, and then it died. I'm like, oh.
Wait, you were using Mega Salamence?
I think it was regular Salamence.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember it.
Because if you're using Mega Salamence and you use Slash, no shit it killed it. Fucking aerialate.
But yeah, no, I just really like Salamance's design, and I always wanted one as a kid. But, finding Bagons is hard.
It is.
The Meteor Falls, especially since it's post-game.
Except in Gen 7, where you can get a level 5 Salamence.
Yeah, I remember that because of the leveling mechanic.
That's so good. I wanted to do that for a really long time.
Oh, I tried, and it wouldn't work.
It sucks. And I mean, you even went through the trouble getting the Toxapex.
Mm-hmm. That was a day wasted.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. All right.
My next Pokemon to keep up with the not-so-pseudo trend is Salamence.
Ah, cool.
And if you want to know anything or any reason why I like it, just listen to what we just talked about the last 3 minutes.
Ah, yes, it looking like a croissant.
And how it's a boomerang.
Indeed.
But I think it got a design change after Gen 3.
Yes, its color changed.
It was like dark blue, and now it's like lightish blue.
Yeah.
I like the lightish blue more.
I don't. I like the indigo.
I liked it how it looked in Gen 3.
Also, I'm gonna pull an Aaron real quick. It's got a good shiny.
It's a good green.
It's actually green like a dragon would be.
Sure.
Especially
So is
the Megas.
Dragonite.
Yeah, well, Dragonite looks like a derp.
Yeah, and Dragonite is the worst shade of green. So.
There's
Alright.
worse greens. Like Hitmonlee.
Dragonite's on that level. Shiny Dragonite. It's not great.
And Scizor.
Yeah. And Skarmory.
Wait, is Scizor green?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was blue.
No, I wish it was.
Maybe I'm thinking Bisharp again.
It might be. Alright. So.
It's your turn.
Alright. To keep this train rolling. Please. I pick Salamence.
Yes!
So Salamence is undisputedly our favorite Pokemon now, right?
Pretty much.
Since all 3 of us have picked
It
it.
has clearly been picked by all of us.
You could say something we didn't talk about, its abilities.
Yeah, Intimidate is one of the best abilities in the entire game.
And Moxie.
And then Moxie in Gen 5 is incredible. I love the combination of blue and red. It is a very good set of complementary colors. I like Salamance's face. I think the wings are stupid. But I love everything else about Salamence. And then when they mega evolved it, they decided to double down on the stupid wings, which a certain part of me just kind of wants to clap because it's like, I can't believe you did it. You made it look even dumber. But okay, this is Mega Salamence, the flying boomerang croissant of a dragon.
It's gonna kick your ass.
Oh, yes it will. Holy shit. But yeah, I love the tail of Salamence. The Bagon would throw itself off cliffs until by sheer willpower it grew wings. And then for some reason it wasn't happy. It turns out even when you achieve your dreams, you're just not satisfied. You just become a dragon.
I will say this though: when your Bagon evolved into a Shelgon, did you think Shelgon was going to evolve into a massive dragon like Salamence?
Technically, I already knew it because of the Pokedex, so.
Well, yeah, but
I didn't get the experience of wondering what was going to come out of Shelgon.
They pulled another Dratini line. Like Dragonair does not look like it's going to evolve into Dragonite.
I mean, I kind of get it in the face, but that's about it.
But at least with Shelgon to Salamence, it retains half of the shell.
Isn't it part of its body?
Yeah, the underbelly is still the same shell.
That is one thing I will admit, even though I do love the Dratini line, Dragonair does not look hardly anything like Dragonite. It really doesn't. Except in the face.
Okay, guys.
Like what Phil said.
Can we put this on pause? I need to answer this.
Alright, we'll be back in a second.
Alright, we're back. I had to take a call. So, yes, Salamence. Greatest Pokemon of Gen 3 according to us.
Not the greatest dragon, though.
Okay, he's got me there because my favorite dragon is coming up. Not in this generation.
Stay tuned.
Well, yeah, of course, because Salamence was your last Pokemon of the 6.
Well,
there's more dragons in Gen 3.
Yeah, you didn't even pick the Poof Dragon.
That turns into a fairy.
I got rid of the Poof Dragon for Shedinja.
Oh, well, that was unfortunate for Poof Dragon.
It was. Because I have many stories to tell about Altaria and its shiny, where my previous girlfriend was like, "Oh look, I got a shiny Swablu," and I'm like, "It looks like a chicken nugget. I'm gonna call it Nugget." And she was like, "Really?" I'm like, "Well, it's golden yellow," and then it evolves into Super Nugget, and she refused to talk to me after that. But yeah, so now I refer to shiny Altaria as Super Nugget. Enjoy that. Yeah. All right.
You've ruined Altaria for so many people.
I hope I have.
Darn.
It's a beautiful blue, but man, that yellow.
I like Altaria, and it's shiny.
It's a nugget. Too bad it doesn't sell for one. All right, let's move on.
Okay, so my final Pokemon for Gen 3 is, again, coming from me being the Ruby guy, Groudon.
Oh,
okay.
Our first legendary.
Nope. I had Entei last week.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to make that claim, and then he had to steal it from me.
Beats to it.
Oh, well.
But
I respect it.
I just really like Groudon because he's on the box and he looks cool.
Big armadillo beast.
And way better than Kyogre.
Not in Gen 3.
I mean, I'm talking in terms of design.
I don't know.
I don't like Kyogre that much.
Kyogre's got a decent design, except with his, man hands.
I don't like Kyogre's mouth. That's the thing that bothered me. I appreciated Kyogre when it kept its mouth closed, but once it opened its mouth and has the orca mouth going on, but you can see the eyes, it's like, I don't like what's going on here anymore. But yeah, I actually don't know whether I like Groudon more than Kyogre. I mean, I originally did, because Groudon was red.
But there's one legendary in this gen that's better than both of them.
Oh, that's the dragon. God damn it.
Yes, Regirock.
No, we're talking about Reggie.
No, Jirachi.
What's the name of the dragon, Reggie?
Regidrago?
Yeah. That's the dragon we're talking about. Totally. Man, fuck Regieleki. Anyway, we can shit on that in Gen 8.
We can. Even though it's actually, I've heard, pretty good. But
oh, I'm sure it's good. It just looks terrible.
It does. Okay. To keep up with the not so pseudo hype and hasn't been mentioned at all, Metagross is my number 6.
That's a new one. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, no, totally.
It was really close to being chosen, and it would have actually been new if I did this. It was going to be Aggron, because Mega Aggron is like a pure Steel type, and it just gets like a huge cone on its head.
I hate Mega Aggron.
I know, but I like Aggron so much.
I hate him so much. I hate my Aggron. My Aggron was the worst.
It's
Somebody strolls in with Earthquake, it died.
yeah.
Isn't defense like its best stat though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but-
somebody strolls in with Earthquake and it dies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's the problem.
It should be able to tank at least
No!
one.
No, it
It
doesn't.
can't.
It cannot.
Not one?
Not a single
Not
one.
unless you Mega Evolve it. And that's only because it goes to being 2 times effective and it gets filter.
Yeah, I had a friend who I would battle with, and Aggron was on my rock team because I wanted to abuse Head Smash.
Oh, because of Rockhead?
Why wouldn't you do that? Wait, can Aerodactyl learn Head Smash?
I don't know, but the thing is, because it gets Rockhead, so it doesn't take recoil damage.
Yeah.
And it gets stab off Head Smash.
Hell yeah.
So I was kind of hoping it could, just do a ton of damage. No, it gets Earthquaked immediately and then dies. Every single time.
Fucking Earthquake. Gotta love it.
It's the best move 8 generations running. Nothing better than Stab Earthquake. Hell, you don't even need Stab. My Snorlax uses Earthquake and kills things. It's fucking nuts.
Anyway, I kind of stole your thunder. What else do you like about Aggron?
Mostly its design.
God damn it. Oh, I hope YouTube didn't pick that up.
I'm sure it's fine.
DMCA, just clock out.
Yeah, well, Atlas would do that.
Yeah, I am gonna do it. I'm gonna switch Metagross with Aggron last minute. Can I do that?
I don't care.
You know
It's
what?
Phil's thing.
Sure. I mean,
I you've done it. You've done
I
it a week later.
retroactively changed one of my favorites, so yeah, it's fine.
I've had Aggron on my teams before, and my Aggron has tanked Earthquakes.
that is surprising.
You just gotta, EV train Earthquake or EV train.
What was
EV
it?
train defense.
Was it something using Earthquake that was not EV train?
Okay,
and
was that person using Earthquake? Was it Stab Earthquake?
I don't think it was.
But if it was EV trained,
It was EV train.
then that's where things get dicey.
Did you get critted?
No, but I have been critted by Earthquake before.
Oh, it's not
Because you remember that crits ignore stat changes.
well,
Yeah, and then Phil can just pull crits out of his ass and fucking Sword and Shield.
What are you talking
The
about?
first,
So can I.
the first or second time we battled, you landed like 5 crits in a row, and one of them was fucking Earthquake, and it was
Dude, I
bullshit.
don't even remember, but I do in my most recent Pokemon Stadium 2 run, I have been crit happy with my fucking Dragonite, and I don't understand it. I think I probably got like 5-6 crits just over the course of battling like 3 gym leaders. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Dragonite? Keep it up.
What did they do after Gen 1's crit thing where it was speed? Is it just a percentage now?
Yes, it dropped down to
5%?
less than that. It's I think it's either 6.25 or half of that. And then in Gen 2, high critical hit ratios was 25%, and then in Gen 3 and onward, it dropped down to 12.5, which is pretty garbage. But either way.
That sounds good. That sounds real good.
Yeah, no, great.
12.5, you mean very likely to happen? That's against you.
Well, I mean, I got hit by Dynamic Punch more than I would have liked when I was fighting Chuck, so. But it missed enough that I was still happy.
How about a no-guard dynamic punch?
We don't talk about that.
I remember the first encounter I had with No Guard. It was Machamp in Gen 4. I was flying, and it just decided to punch me right out of the sky. And I'm just like, hang on a second, game.
That's illegal. That's
What
illegal.
just happened?
Wait a minute, that's illegal.
There is something incredible about the idea of Machamp just watching a Pokemon fly into the sky and going,
punch, and it just fucking teleports up and hits them.
I was thinking just Machamp ascended into the sky and just like.
That's what I mean. Like, its will of punching carries it into the sky. Not even a sky uppercut.
Its fists, or its arms have become so strong now it can now just launch itself into the sky.
Fucking pierce the heavens, like just crazy shit.
I mean, this thing
Yeah,
can throw mountains.
It just does like a push up and it like launches itself off off the battlefield.
It's like fucking no guard.
See, Machamp's Mega form is now a fighting flying type.
I mean, why does that joke sound familiar?
Because it was our joke for Golem.
I know, I was not there.
What?
We joked that Mega Golem was gonna like break out of its
Oh,
shell and become
yeah.
like dragon.
Yeah, he's like a lizard inside of the fucking.
Maybe I was there for that, but I don't remember
No,
exactly.
you weren't there for it originally because it was at work.
Oh,
No, but I thought there was a joke about Machamp being flying type that happened recently.
I mean, I made a joke about Machamp being psychic type, growing 2 extra arms and being called Vishnu.
Oh yeah, there was that too.
I think I also made the one that it was gonna grow 4 extra arms, turn into a spider,
Ew.
That's horrifying.
become a bug type.
It's gross. I mean, it's got the extra type. I mean, you might as well fill it in. But, yeah. So,
What was introduced this generation?
Abilities.
And natures.
Yes, both things. Abilities, I think, are one of the best things to happen to Pokemon.
I don't know what you're talking about. They gave Machamp no guard. It can
In
punch-
Gen 4.
It can punch me out of the sky now. It sucks.
Yeah.
And then they took away its ability to use Fissure.
So, who cares?
I cares. I want a 100% Fissure.
No one wants that.
I do.
Uh,
That's how I'd play. I'd be like, well, guess what? Fissure. Oh, that's you just thought you were gonna bring in your 6th favorite. Nope, fissured all 6 of them.
Just pop a few X accuracies.
Well, no, you wouldn't even need to do that.
you have no guard.
Yeah, you've got no guard. It won't miss.
Yeah.
Wait,
All
you
those-
talking about Gen 3?
Yeah, well-
No. He's technically talking about Gen 4. But
Oh.
we're talking about abilities, so...
I was like, wait, because Fisher was in Gen 1 and 2.
Yeah, and then they took it away from Machamp.
Yeah, what's it got no guard?
They told Machamp, hey, knock it off.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in those gens it was based on type.
They told it not... What? No.
Wasn't Fisher in Gen 1 based on type?
Based
No.
on speed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it was given to Rhydon, and that would like never hit.
Yeah, you had to be faster. You had to be equal speed or faster to have the 30% hit rate.
Oh.
And then it would decrease as you were slower. Well, actually, no. I think it would completely fail if you were slower.
Oh.
Which is
That's why it never hit.
yeah, it's not great. But yeah, fucking what like we got Intimidate. We never got a special form of Intimidate, which I think is hilarious. But it was the same. Like it was the same time we got Choice Band. We got
I was gonna say Quipple Adams, but nope, that was Gen 2.
we got fucking Sandstream on an OU Pokemon.
What a time to be alive. Oh, Hail was introduced.
Yes, Hail was also introduced, but
Yeah.
Snow Warning was not. We would have to wait another generation for the abominable snowman, the living Christmas tree, to bring us Hail. Despite the fact that we got the Santa Bird in Gen 2.
Well, you know.
I have a Delibird run in Heart Gold. It's not going. It's not going well. I have Present, and that's it.
No, that sounds good.
It's not
You
great.
should be doing it right now. It's Christmas time.
I should, but
We're doing this instead.
I mean, yeah. Fuck. I mean, if we want to talk about fucking masterpieces, we got Coliseum and XD.
Debatably, I would say if you want a challenge in a Pokemon game,
But isn't the challenge only derived from the fact that you can only use like 25 different Pokemon?
There's more than that.
that's Coliseum. Coliseum only has
Okay,
like a choice
fine.
of 40.
41.
We counted the ones in XD. There was like 60 to 80, and there were more fire types than there were in Gen 4.
And Coliseum doesn't have that many good.
That's
Pokemon.
not hard though to have more than 5 types.
It's not hard at all. Which, speaking of which, I had to burst out laughing when I was playing the Combi run. I was fighting Barry, and Barry threw out a Ponyta, and I went,
There's one of your choices.
because he didn't get Infernape. So, and I got Combi. So I'm the real loser. Fuck Combi. God, it sucks. It's not gonna beat Cynthia. It's just not.
I mean, it could probably take on Garchomp.
No. This one has minus defense.
Oh.
It's
well,
not...
you're dead.
Yeah, I know.
You're dead in the water.
I know.
Tell me if you get past the steel guy, because I want to know what the steel guy's name is.
Oh, I've already done the calcs to even figure out how I can beat the steel guy. The only thing I have going for me is that his Bastiodon only knows special attacks.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that is really dumb. I was like, what?
I saw that and I went, thank you.
Are you doing it on Platinum?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, so going back to Gen 3.
Yeah, we need to go back to
Yeah,
Gen 3.
there's some things I wanted to say. Okay, there's some, like we were talking about earlier, there are some good legendaries, but I would say Gen 3 debatably has the worst legendaries.
I would disagree. I think Gen 4 has the worst.
It's got the worst not core legendaries.
I would say mostly because I despise the Reggies.
I think the Reggies are kind of garbage.
The Reggies are fine. I love the Lotties. I almost put the Lotties on my list.
Okay, that might be over dramatic a little bit to say that.
I don't really like Jirachi.
I like, but
I don't like
Jirachi.
I don't like
Deoxys.
I don't like its stomach eyeball. I find that weird and disgusting.
It is weird and creepy, but for some reason I just really like Jirachi.
I like
it's
Rayquaza. I like Groudon.
It's a steel type.
Deoxys is okay.
It depends on which form we're talking about Deoxys. If we're talking about defense form, God, that's the worst looking thing I've ever seen.
Defense Deoxys is bad.
Base Deoxys.
Base Deoxys is fine. Speed Deoxys is one of those cyclists who's trying too hard. Attack Deoxys is pretty cool looking. Apparently speed and attack are the only ones that matter.
Well, yeah. You're not running a Deoxys to be slow.
Unless you're doing defense.
Yeah, but then you just run something better.
Yeah, well, that's very true. I don't know. Like, I would say next episode we're gonna hit the generation of like the legendaries where I'm like, I don't know.
See, I disagree. I think Gen 4, well, we'll talk about it next week, but has my favorite legendaries.
I think there's a later gen that I think has weaker legendaries, but that's
I'll
just
agree.
me.
Then the fucking Lake Trio.
Yeah.
All right.
Even though the Lake Trios discount Mews, I think
God, they're so bad.
I think there's a worse trio, but they did make them significantly better.
All right.
But just in base form, they're awful.
Okay, I wanted to ask you.
Oh, I know the trio.
Going back to Gen 3, I wanted to ask you this. This was the generation, even though I did play Gens 1 and 2 a lot, this was the generation that really got me into Pokemon. When I was like really playing it a lot.
Mm.
Like I played a lot of spin-offs with Gen 3. I even played Pokemon Channel. And that shit
I
was
own
a lot.
that.
I did at
that.
1.2. I think I rented it. I don't know if I ever owned it.
You know, the funny thing is, you say that like Gen 3 is when you started to really like Pokemon. Gen 3 is actually kind of where I started to not like it. But then again, that might just been because of the fact that my brother got one. He got Sapphire like a year or two before I got Ruby.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was entirely about.
Well, funny enough, Gen 4 is actually where I really started to dig into Pokemon, into its core bits. But Gen 3 was really where I really, like, I played it competently, sort of. And it's also the beginning of the fire and fighting archetype that we need to address before it becomes old hat.
I don't know what you're talking about. Blaziken's great.
Blaziken is great. Mm-hmm. And Infernape is fine.
Apparently Infernape was better than Blaziken until Blaziken got speed
Oh,
boost.
110%. Infernape was faster. That was the best thing it had on it. It was faster. It was slightly weaker, but it was faster, and that's what mattered.
I love Blaziken's Mega.
I forgot what its Mega looked like. I know it's got like a fire coming out.
It's got the X.
You know
going on.
how fire comes out of its hands?
Yeah, it's now
essentially
in
like
like
a
form, and I don't like it.
It's coming out in trails. I liked Mega Blaziken.
Wasn't Mega Blaziken the odd man out? Essentially, like they're like Swampert, Swampert and Skepta, you both don't get Megas yet. Blaziken though.
Yeah, no.
Here you go.
They were like,
your speed boost.
it already had speed boost.
I just remember in Gen 6 when they're like, get a free Torchic. I'm like, that's cool. Why not Mudkip? And they're like, this Torchic's got speed boost.
And then Sceptile became a dragon.
You want to just have 3 fire starters on your team? Go ahead.
They handed you the Gen 1 starters too. I actually was really excited for getting one of the Gen 1 starters in X and Y. And then as I got older, it just started to dawn on me, like, Gen 1 gets overplayed.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
why it's been remade twice.
It's so bad.
Anyway, going back to Gen 3.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the bicycles? Because those both suck.
Oh,
why is there 2?
The Archo and the Mac Bike?
Why are there 2 bikes?
Acro?
I don't care.
As in acrobatics?
Whatever.
No, it's the Archo bike. You have like an arrow on it.
There's an arch.
You're a bow and arrow person now.
You guys are weird.
Anyway, like the bikes, I hate them.
I love the bikes.
Especially when you go to fucking Sky Pillar and you're like, I've got the acro bike.
Oh!
I can't use the acro bike.
Get fucked. I love the acro bike. I always chose the acro bike because I could do stupid tricks on it.
And then you got to Sky Pillar and you're like, wait a minute.
I was terrified to use the mock bike because I could never control it. And then when I had to learn how to do it to get Rayquaza, I was like, fine, God, guess I will.
But like, you always had the wrong bike at the wrong time.
Oh, always.
That was so dumb.
Because I choose the mock bike now, and then I get to the fucking route with all the stilt shit, and I'm like, great, I don't have the right bike. And I don't have Fly yet. Because I have to go to Fortree City to get Fly. Fuck you. I mean, the guy was nice enough to be like, you can have one of my bikes, and you can switch them out anytime you want. You just have to come back here to Mauville. Motherfucking Mauville at the center of everything.
Look, we just want to stay relevant. We don't get tourists any other way.
Well, yeah, because we had a super power plant, but it was so dangerous it had to be shut down. So then we just slowly started to decay, and the only thing we have now is a casino
And a bike shop.
that hands out free bikes. What a business.
It's booming.
Easily. Fucking Rydell. Yeah, no, but double battles.
Yeah, that's cool.
Motherfucking double battles.
My favorite format.
I hate double battles.
Look, all I'm saying is you can have both Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre together on the same field at the same time.
But they don't. But the faster one decides whichever fucking weather is up.
They can be together.
They can be together. It's very dumb.
You can just go find those twins at the beginning who both have Zigzagoons and be like, hey, check out my Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah, but then somebody throws out a Rayquaza and everyone gets grumpy.
I suppose.
Because Rayquaza just comes down and goes, "Are you fuckers fighting again?" It's like, no, we're on the same team. And then Rayquaza just kind of like looks around and is like, something's wrong. But yeah, fucking love Rayquaza though. It's a good dragon. It's got one of the
Not
best.
good enough to make the list, though.
It's got one of the best shinies. Well, because I didn't really I felt weird putting legendaries on my lists.
I try to avoid them, but Groudon is like the exception.
It's so fucking cool. Like, I get it. Fucking.
I'm pretty sure he's...
I'm glad I wasn't the only person that talked about shinies.
Well, yeah, because fucking Rayquaza's shiny is black.
Oh yeah, that was in my notes. I think Gen 3 has the best shiny palette across all generations.
Dude, shiny Gardevoir is ace. I don't know many more shinies. I've never...
Metagross.
Oh, shiny Metagross is just another...
It's like golden, literally gold and silver.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. We talked about shiny Salamence. Because it turns a wonderful, goofy shade of green.
Groudon's like piss yellow.
Yeah!
Yeah. I don't remember what Kyogre is.
Isn't it just like a darker blue?
It's purple.
Kyogre's purple, yeah.
Yeah, shiny
Okay.
Kyogre is purple. Like all other blue Pokemon, it turns purple.
Well, you know, they added a bit of red into it.
Yeah, it's like...
They just added a drop of ruby into sapphire, and instead of getting emerald, they got purple.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. I don't know a gem that's purple. So I'm sure there is one. Someone's birthstone who's probably grumpy now. God, I'm so excited.
Deoxys is yellow and green.
That's gross. Honestly, I'm just super excited to get to Gen 4. For me, this has been leading up to me talking about Gen 4. Because the more I've played it, the more I realize that I love it. But, like, honestly, though, I do want to talk about Coliseum and XD just a little bit. Because
if you've got stuff to say about it, I haven't touched XD, despite owning it.
You've never played
pretty
XD?
good.
No.
Why?
No.
It's such a great game.
I just don't have the time. Although I just want to make sure that people know that you bought it for 170, right?
Something around it was around 140.
I could not
170.
believe that.
It's what?
So I bought it like 2 years ago from GameStop, and it was like $40.
Oh, I know.
And it came with the case, it came with the instruction manual and everything. I'm just like, huh.
Yeah. I mean, I got the same thing. It's several years later.
Did it at least come sealed?
Mine or his?
His. I would hope for 170. It's sealed from like 2005.
Of course not. If I wanted it sealed, it's like $500.
Anyway, I played a whole bunch of Coliseum back in the day. I remember doing the Battle Tower, Battle Mountain, or whatever. Because I'm like, I'm gonna get me a Ho-Oh, and then it didn't happen.
Because you had to purify every
I
single
did.
Pokemon.
I did
You
purify
didn't
every.
if you didn't get. Oh,
Yeah, you didn't get.
I am 90% sure I did because I remember cheating.
Put it in right now. I'll tell you didn't.
I don't have my save file.
Well, that's disappointing.
You can only fit like 4 games on a GameCube memory card.
That's why you get
Well,
one
that's
of the
why
bigger ones.
PlayStation 2 was the better gaming console.
That's not necessarily true. You could fit like 5 games on that too if somebody saved like 18 files from The Sims.
I was
I know,
gonna
it's
say you fucking save. Fucking
That's why I
Final
owned
Fantasy
both.
games. I did too. But yeah, no. XD Gale of Darkness was because I beat Coliseum, which is a fucking miracle. Although me beating Pokemon games is not really a miracle now that I think about it, because I beat all of them. But yeah, Coliseum was really fun. But I loved XD because it was like first of all, I had Lugia on the cover, and I was like, man, Lugia is my fucking favorite.
What is this purple Lugia, man?
Dude, it's fucking dark Lugia. Like you're appealing to the teenager deep in the teenage edgelord wannabe deep inside of me. Like dark Lugia is like I am all about this. And then you start with an Eevee, and I always evolve it into an Umbreon because I'm just that much of a loser. And I build an entire team of walls because you can do that in that game. Use a fucking Dusclops, a Claydol, an Altaria. Although I am using a Tyranitar now. So.
Yeah, I think you can use a Tyranitar in XD.
Yeah, you trade.
You can get a Larvitar.
You trade it. You trade for it. It's fantastic. As well as a Metatite, which I'm very excited to use because I've always wanted to use a Metacham. So
I used usually Jolteon and XD. I used Umbreon and Coliseum. Well, I usually only use one EV, and because you get Espeon and Umbreon in Coliseum, right?
Yep.
I usually only use one of them.
Espeon is usually the better choice, but
Because Walling really doesn't. Okay, Walling is cool, but I don't think it's really like necessary in that game.
oh, it's completely unnecessary. I just do it for the novelty because I can.
Because there's so many like trainers you got to battle and shit. But like,
No, I don't know. I have the patience to stall, so
there's more required trainers than your standard Pokemon game in those games.
and you can keep battling them over and over.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's a lot better in XD than it is in Coliseum. As far as like trainers you can just battle over and over and over again. That being said, EV training in Coliseum and XD is a bitch. Because there's no wild Pokemon. I mean, there technically are wild Pokemon in XD, but cost money. It's not a good time.
Here, give me some money. You can beat up Pokemon in the wild.
Well, it's
The kids overseas do this for free, but
it's several steps removed. You have to pay money for Pokesnacks, and then you have to wait for Pokemon to eat those Pokesnacks. And if you take too long to get there, they eat more than one slice of your fucking Pokesnacks. And you're like, motherfucker, all I wanted to do was beat the shit out of you for your one EV point. Usually
No,
defense.
that sounds good. That sounds good.
Usually defense or special defense, because that's all it seems to fucking show up. Lotad, Aeron, Sandshrew, Trapinch.
That's also how you get a Bonsly.
I have yet to get the Bonsly.
Do you even get anything good out of that? I don't remember. I think it's just like a thank you
I don't even know.
for catching the Bonsly that disappeared.
I'm still waiting for the Munchlax to do something. There's a Munchlax in there too who keeps eating all my Pokesnacks. But every time it comes to eat my Pokesnacks, the lady gives me an entire 10 slices of Pokesnacks. So I'm like, keep letting them out and eating. You're just giving me snacks for free. So
It just looks like a giant cake.
it's dumb looking. It looks like cheesecake, which is gross.
Get out of here.
Anyway,
We might have to fight about this later, but
Food podcast coming. Coming
no,
soon.
I don't want to talk about food. Especially since I eat like very few things now. We got the fucking best console Pokemon games ever. Coliseum and XD.
that's a weird way to talk about Poke Park.
Dude, shut up. Fucking.
Can't believe you diss Pokemon Pinball.
That wasn't on a console.
It could be.
It's not though.
It won't be.
It could be.
No one cares about pinball.
Everyone wants Pinball again.
No one does. Pokemon Pinball is amazing.
I couldn't beat Mew, okay?
I couldn't even get there. I was too lazy.
Oh no, the best Pokemon console game is the Ruby Sapphire box for the GameCube.
The thing that's selling for thousands of dollars right now?
Yes,
Why?
because
It's rare.
there's a very limited supply of them.
I have it somewhere,
That's $1,000 somewhere in your house.
and I never
Phil, you
use
could
it.
sell that for cash.
And I never use it.
You could have sold that to buy XD Gale of Darkness.
And still make a profit.
You
know
could have
that
bought
game
XD
is.
Gale of Darkness like twice.
I know it's rare and I don't even know what the game is.
It's literally just the Pokebank.
Yeah, before the Pokebank.
Yeah, it's you just shove your Pokemon onto a GameCube memory card,
Yep.
and they just sit there,
Yep.
and that's it.
It's not the worst idea in the world for those like me who didn't really know anybody else who played.
This was before internet.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
Well, it was before.
It was before consoles.
It was before Wi-Fi.
Well, way
Not-
before Wi-Fi.
I mean, the PS2 had internet games.
It was before
Technically, yes. 'Cause
everybody had access.
Because I played fucking Medal of Honor Rising Sun online, which was weird. Nothing like being a young kid and playing shooters online. I didn't swear that much, surprisingly. And I actually got invited to a clan because stuff. I was good.
I just like how both me and Aaron just kind of like slow turn at you when you said you were invited to a clan.
And on a Pokemon podcast.
No, all right.
Anyway, okay, before this goes any deeper.
Going back to Gen 3.
Anyway, yeah, so Gen 3, good gen. It had water reflections. That was the number one thing I remember looking forward to when I saw it.
Is it the best gen in the series?
No.
No.
I would agree. I don't think it is either. I would say it's
Gen 2.
top 3.
Depends on when you ask me.
Yeah, same for me, because...
If I had just gotten done playing it, I would probably tell you no.
If I had just gotten
2007.
If I had just gotten done playing it, I probably would have told you yes. But since I'm playing so much Gen 4, and I just adore everything about Gen 4... Gen 4 is like number 3 for me.
Like, I didn't really appreciate Gen 3 until it got remade in Gen 6.
Because at the end of this series, I'm gonna like say what my favorite gens are in order.
Okay.
Alright.
I mean, I think that's a good idea for all of us to do.
I can do that.
I was just going to build a Pokedex out of all our favorite Pokemon.
I got
That was going to be our regional decks.
a regional deck.
Yeah, based off our Pokemon picks. See if we can't make a better one than Diamond and Pearl.
That's not hard.
Okay, so
God.
is that
Screw
all?
the fire type.
Yeah.
There's at least 3 choices of fire types already, I think.
Are there? Because I didn't... You chose Charmeleon, so that's one.
Okay, so we've got one choice of fire types.
I had Typhlosion, so we're already at 2.
I had Entei.
Okay, so we got 3
All right.
choices of fire types.
We are beating Gen 4. And we're beating initial Gen 4 in Pokedex fire types. So
I swear there was another fire type.
I don't.
Don't worry, I've got a
think
few
so.
more fire types coming up down the line. So.
No, I actually don't have many.
I'll double our fire type count by Gen 8.
No, my only fire type was Entei. Why do I hate the fire type so much?
Okay, I've got 2. 2. Yeah, I've got 2 more fire types, and they are much later. So, but we are looking at a better list of Pokemon, as far as like having. The only question is, what types will there be a dearth of? Something tells me Ghost is going to be a bit barren, although Ghost is pretty rare to begin with.
Looking.
Is Ghost the most rarest type?
Yes.
I thought it got
Most
thrown
rares.
by like Fairy in Gen 8.
There's a lot of fairy types.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
No,
types.
okay, Fairy's the one that got dethroned because they put a new thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list and I'm not seeing a single ghost type.
Yeah.
I chose Dusclops.
So okay, we've got 3 ghost types.
We got Gengar,
6 ghost
Shedinja.
We both
7
chose
ghost
Gengar.
types. 7 ghost types.
Damn.
Oh, I had Gengar.
Ghost is one of my
when I
favorite
moved
types, so...
Ghost is not. a
Okay,
favorite.
so we're getting a little off topic here. I say we wrap it up.
Yeah, I think we're good because
Yeah, we
otherwise
can-
I'm going to start chatting about every other generation than 3, which I feel like says a lot.
We need more content, Phil.
Yeah.
We're already at over an hour.
Yeah, but this is probably where I want to cut it. So thank you so much for joining us. If Gen 3 is your favorite gen, I am sorry that is not our favorite. It's still good though.
It's an A tier.
It is.
I'd say B.
B+.
Goodbye, everybody.
B+. Goodbye.